Live. Good morning, good morning. This is Radio Works World, and this is your guest, Dr. Neslin, the Passion Show host. We had a fabulous week. During the week, we had a number of doctors from Radio Works World graduated, and the photographs are so spectacular. I won't steal Marina's show on that. She will share those photographs with you. But I just want you to know, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, that today is Grand Monday and it's a fabulous Monday. And I have a wonderful guest, Roshana, and she's already with us. So Roshana, good morning. So introduce yourself to the world.
Good morning. It's amazing to be here with you today on this wonderful sunny day in London. And I am a breakthrough coach, executive breakthrough coach. I work with people to get them to where they want to be in their profession, in their life. And I question them. I use NLP techniques. I use hypnotherapy. So they get the life that they really want and they deserve.
Perfect. So tell me, my beauty, what are you passionate about?
I'm absolutely passionate about working with people and getting the best out of people. We all have that inner desire within us, but there's things that stop us from doing and getting what we want. And I am so passionate that nothing should hold anybody back. We're all capable. If we have a dream and we want to achieve something, with the right support and the right mindset, we can all achieve what we want to achieve. And that's what I'm about.
I so agree with you. So while you are getting people to do what they love and love what they do, what is it that makes your heart sing?
Oh, right. So, I mean, throughout my life, I've had drawbacks. I've had times where I've really doubted myself, and I've looked at other people and I thought, oh my God, they're so much better than me. And then I've sat in meetings with them. And when I've sat in meetings, I've actually thought, do you know what they're saying doesn't make any sense, but it was all in my head. I didn't actually vocalize anything. I didn't actually say, hold on a minute, I can do this better. I've got a better idea. So from my own experience, that's where I come from. That's my starting point.
Recognizing the genius within you makes your heart sing. That is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely, yes.
So can you remember the first time when you recognized the genius in you? How did you feel?
Oh, it was amazing. It was the energy. The energy I had was just, it was just amazing. I remember the first day I was really in sync. The first time I recognized it. So it was quite late on in life. So although these genius moments definitely happened throughout my life, in my childhood, in my teens, but I wasn't self-aware and aware enough to actually recognize these the genius moments. And the first time I recognized it, when everybody turned around in a meeting, it was snowing outside and the offices were being emptied because of, as you know, in London, when we have a bit of snow, everything shuts down. But everybody was so engrossed in what I had to say, and we were being so creative in that meeting that everybody ignored the snow and stayed in that meeting room. And I came out of there and thought, that was amazing. You know what? I know what I'm doing here.
Amazing. So, Roshana, we all have genius within us. So, what would you say to our listeners in order to support them and enable them to recognize that, yes, they have genius within themselves, and how to step into their power and bring that genius out?
The main thing for me is self-awareness. And how to create that self-awareness is feel the fear and do it anyway. So if they want to achieve something, they want to do something, whether it's in their career or in their life, and they get that that sense anywhere in their body, like the stomach may start churning and they may think, oh, or they may get those butterflies in their heart. And they may get this sense that, oh, not too sure about this. That's where their genius is actually coming out. And that's where they need to think, yes, let me do this. And as soon as they jump that barrier, that's it. They're a genius. They'll recognize it. But it's recognizing when that self-doubt first begins to emerge, when they get that tightness inside the stomach.
Understood very nicely. Now, it would appear to me that you have invested in yourself, in developing yourself. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Completely. So a bit of my background. I come from an Asian background. I got married at the age of 18, arranged marriage, moved from the north of England to the south of England. And I thought, what shall I do now with my life? So I decided to start a career. I started a career in the NHS, not really knowing what I was doing. I was just going with the flow at that time. Always knowing that, hold on, I want more out of life. I was just an admin person, just moving bits of paper around. But initially that was fine for me, the first 6 months. After that, I thought, you know what, I can do better than this. There's more in me. I've got more to give. I'm capable of a lot more things. I then had my children, and I always knew that I wanted more out of life. So I thought, what's the best thing to do? At that time, we didn't have internet. Well, it was available, but not to the masses. I then embarked on an open university degree. I had 2 young children and I had a full-time job, but that did not deter me because I was so determined to get a degree. And I did the degree in psychology. Whilst I was doing that degree, it took me 6 years to complete the degree. I had constant assessments. I had end of year exams, so it wasn't easy, juggling. I was waking up at 4:30, 5 in the morning to do all my reading because everything was distance learning. And my weekends were juggling all my revision, writing my essays, whilst I had 2 children under the age of 5. How did I manage that? It was passion, it was drive. Not once did I complain, not once did I feel I was actually tired. I embraced it and I absolutely loved it. 6 years later, I got my degree, and that was the proudest time of my life. I had achieved what I wanted. But it didn't end there, because all of a sudden, after about 3 months, I thought, something's missing here. I'm not learning. So then it took another 2 years to persuade my family that, you know what, I need to learn more. And I then did a master's. This time I did a master's at Imperial in health management, which was relating to my career. That took 2 years. And again, the children were older, but they still need you. They were now 12, 13. So I was juggling still my career, my master's, and my children. And again, it was a struggle. The energy was there, the drive was there. When I handed in my dissertation at the end of those 2 years, it was, wow, I've achieved. I can't believe I have just completed a master's. I never thought when I was at school that this is the point where I would get to. And I carried on in my career, moving around in different organizations. So all the time I was studying, my career did not stand still. My career kept on evolving. I moved into different areas within my career, still within the National Health Service, but going further up the management line, working within different organizations so I could get more and more experience. So my mind was always being stimulated outside of work and inside of work. And I absolutely loved it. And then I got to a point where I thought, do you know what? I'm doing so many projects at work. I'm looking at processes. I'm changing processes. But what I haven't got the time to do is work with these people who make these processes work. So I thought, what is the best thing I can do? And that's when then I embarked on NLP training and I became a coach. And that led me to my hypnotherapy. I started seeing clients, and the more clients I saw, the sense of achievement that I got from seeing my clients sitting opposite me with a big smile on their face was the best achievement I think I have in my life at the moment.
I am so inspired and so proud of you. And you and I have some connections. I got my first degree through Open University, and it was 6 years as well to get that honors degree. And okay, so what would you say? Well, some of the people who are listening to us will say, "Oh, it's all right for them. They can go and study and get their degrees and so forth and so forth and so forth." What would you say to people about listening to their call, listening to what is driving them, and recognizing wherever they are, it's okay, but just take action?
Don't ignore it. If they have that feeling, it can be a feeling within their body. It could be a voice talking to them inside their head. It could be their own voice. It could be just when they sit down on the computer and they start Googling and they realize there's a pattern here. Each time they're on their phone or they're on their computer, they're searching for the same thing each time. That is their calling. There's a reason why they keep on being attracted to that thing. Don't ignore it. Really hone in to what that thing is. And just think, take those small steps. Don't think of it as something really big. Had I have thought at the age of 18, I'm going to get a master's, or, oh, I wish I had a master's, but I haven't got it because I haven't got a degree, and I can't do a degree because my children are too young and I've got a full-time career, I would never be where I am now. I took those small steps, and that's the whole essence of following your calling. Recognize it is the first thing. The second thing is, when you've recognized it, make a small step towards achieving it. Not the big steps. If you can make the big steps, amazing. But if they scare you, take that small step. My small step was picking up the phone and ringing somebody at Open University and saying to them, I want to enroll. And taking year 1, year 2, year 3. I didn't think, oh my God, this is going to take me 6 years. During these 6 years, I have got X, Y, and Z to do. I just thought, this is year 1. And in year 1, this is all I've got to do. And after year 1 was completed, then I focused on now year 2, and then year 3, 4, 5, 6. I made those small steps to get my degree. And that's what I say to all your listeners. If you have that calling, recognize the calling and start making the small steps towards achieving what your calling is and going towards it.
How beautiful. 3 weeks ago, I was speaking to a lady who recognized that when they had birthday parties, that whenever she made beautiful decorations for her children's birthday, that all the mothers loved it. So people kept saying to her, why don't you make more of this? And so she started just taking orders from the few people around her. 4 years on, she is a millionaire because other people recommend her just from making little beautiful birthday party decorations. So, it's not always about the degree, the study. It's about recognizing wherever you are, it's okay, but listen to your call, because your call is there for a purpose. And when you step into your passion and your purpose, the universe just opens its abundance for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So, Continue.
Yeah, just saying the example that you have just given is, it just is a real life example of what I'm talking about. You have that calling, you recognize it, and you do something about it, just small things, and completely the universe, because you're focusing on what you want, and where you focus is where your energy goes. So if you're focusing on your doubts, that's where your energy is going. It's going towards your doubts. But if you start focusing, and that's why I say the small steps, because if you focus on that small step, the universe is opening for you, and you start attracting the bigger things into your life, which get you nearer and closer to your end objective.
So beautiful. And so, how did you hear about Radio Works World?
Through you.
And how did you hear that? Did I speak to you about it? Was it through LinkedIn or what?
So LinkedIn is very powerful, and we don't realize, but when we start to follow our passion and our calling, all these connections just open up. And that's what I said earlier about, with your example, which is about the universe and the universe opening up for us. And that's what happens. So these connections, as the universe is opening up, all these connections become clearer to us. So when I left my full-time job to embark on my coaching journey to become an executive breakthrough coach, I had somebody in my previous organization who said, "Oh, this is what you're doing. I know somebody who's already doing this and who's very good at this and who's amazing and inspirational. Maybe you should connect." And this one person then connected me to yourself. And all those connections were made through LinkedIn. And then through LinkedIn, I heard about the show and I heard about the viewers. And it's all these things which were already sitting there, were already on my LinkedIn page, but because I hadn't followed my passion, the universe hadn't opened it all up for me. And as soon as I started focusing, all these connections and the show became clear to me, so I could then do something with those openings. And that's how I've ended up on your radio show. And thank you very much.
And we have, through Radio Works World, we have Make the News, and we have Make the News all over the world. So we have Make the News London, we have Make the News Singapore, we have Make the News Scotland, and more and more. So I will let you have the link for Make the News London, and it would be lovely for you to come and join us. We are a group of people who bring out the genius in others, and we enable others to share their stories. And as you share your stories, you also light the fire in someone else. And so Marina and Dari, who are our two directors, they talk about the stardust and the stardust in each and every one of us. So I would love to see you at Make the News London very soon, and have some dates in your diary for our big gala in October. This is one that you are not to miss, my darling. Be at the table with your guests. So
Wow.
Keeping on, you see, I'm passionate about this too, because it's about like-minded people coming together and really shining in their galaxies, as it were. So what is it that your clients say about you?
They say, wow. They say, we are so much clearer now. We know what we're doing. How could I have not got here on my own? Wow, it is amazing. And it's that light bulb moment. The faces light up and they leave me with a big smile on their face, with clear next steps of where they're going and how they're going to get there. So when they come in, their dream is this big picture. And what I do with them, I break that big picture down so that they don't ignore that calling. So when they have that calling, we take those small steps, and all those small steps then become manageable. And then through each week, through the coaching, they're a session, or even sometimes session 2, they can actually see concrete evidence of all their achievements and how much closer they are to what they want and to their calling. And they become very clear, they become focused, and they get that success mindset that previously was holding them back. All of a sudden, it's that mindset that is a can-do mindset, and Nike have absolutely nailed it. Just do it. And that's the mindset my clients walk away with.
I love it. So continuing on that theme then, share with me some of the successes you have had as a result of living your purpose and your passion.
Successes, a success that I've had personally is, my God, the amount of training I've done. I would never, ever in my life have imagined or thought that I would do so much personal development. It is just immense. Not just the academic personal development, the learning that I get from my clients. It is just amazing, you know, the things that my clients teach me, you know, when I'm working with my clients, when they grow their self-belief, my self-belief also grows. And it's just amazing. With one of my clients was a divorcee, recently divorced, embarked on a new business, very, very nervous, confidence very, very low, came to me just because of her business. But during our sessions, it wasn't just business we discussed. It was turmoil and the lack of confidence. And by the end, the confidence it wasn't even an issue anymore. It had increased tenfold. It was like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I'm able to do that. The business took off. The client had initially not had any clients in her business. And by the end of our session, because after each session, the client said, I want 1 client, I want 2 clients, I want 3 clients. And it wasn't just the 1, 2, 3 clients that my client got. My client actually got 10 clients. So even though the target was the bar was set quite low for the client, just because the universe began to open up for her, she attracted more clients into her business. And then it got to the stage where we both said, I think we've come to an end of our coaching for this, for this package. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve, and you can do it on your own now. And my client walked away with that mindset, just do it, and I can do it. And I've done it.
Wonderful. And it comes back to it's already within us. And all we have to do is to recognize the greatness that there is already within us, and also ask the universe.
Absolutely. We have all our resources within us, and we just sometimes, it's that self-doubt. We don't recognize what we have within us. We have all the ideas. We know exactly who we need to connect with. We know exactly what we need to do. But our mind just doesn't allow us to go there sometimes and open up. And all we need to do is see that everything is wonderful. We can achieve everything. The universe is there to support us. All we need to do is start seeing the right things, because they're all out there. We just need to focus on them.
So this is now a very personal question, and I'd like you to be open and candid with it at the same time. What have you asked the universe for? What is one of the most enjoyable things that you have asked the universe for, and the universe has delivered for you? apart from your degrees?
Well, I've asked the universe for freedom and love, and the universe has given that to me. And I've asked the universe to share, for me to be able to inspire other people. And I've asked the universe to help me send my message out to as many people as I can to inspire them. And I'm on your radio show now. What am I doing? I'm inspiring other people, I hope, through my journey and through examples of what I've done with my clients. And I'm through your radio show, I've been able to speak to so many people and get my message out there. The universe has provided that to me. And I asked the universe and I've received it.
And there is more to come, because when you come and join us with Make the News, two of the magazines, which is very different to anything that is out there, that our directors are working on, will profile you, and you can reach an even bigger audience. So we would like you to think about taking the opportunity to be profiled. The opportunities are there. So, worldwide. See, you ask the universe and the universe delivers it to you. So the two magazines are Sovereign and The Quantum of Light. So now, more on that later. Sometimes people hold themselves back because they listen to the voice of scarcity and say, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And so don't take action. What would you say to people about investing in themselves?
I say it's not an option not to invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, and this is my personal experience and the experience that I've seen from my clients, if you think of scarcity, it's again what I said at the beginning. Where you focus is where your energy goes, and it's what you attract. If you want to do something and you think, I can't afford that, where your energy is going. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. If you begin to think, I will find a way and I'm going to afford it, that's a different energy you're creating. And that's a different message you're giving out to the universe. And when you start taking those small steps, if you're embarking on, say you need to launch something. If you're launching a product, for example, you can launch it very small, like the example you gave, birthday parties, friends and family. You're still investing, but you're not investing huge sums of money. All of a sudden, the universe opens up and gives you the opportunities, gives you the resources so that you can invest on a larger scale. But when you start taking those small steps, just open your mind up. Open your mind up to the possibility of, I'm going to afford it. I will afford it. Not, I can't afford it. Change that can't to, I'm going to afford it. I will afford it. And just see what happens for you in that moment.
So wonderful. We have a mastermind group in a Radio Works world. People like you, like me, we get together, and through our mastermind, we plan for the next step and opening up the opportunities that we want. And I'd love you to be a part of the mastermind group and invest in that mastermind group, because a year from now, you won't know yourself.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. And just to add, when we talk about scarcity, it's not just in our mind. The message we give to our unconscious about scarcity is not just about money. Scarcity can also be time. And we just need to take those small steps to open that up. And like you just said about, I'd be extremely, extremely humbled if I could join your mastermind group. And thank you so much for the invitation. And as an investment for myself and an investment to all the people that I'll have the opportunity of meeting and learning from, that investment, even if I was working, if I'm working flat out 60 hours a week, there's no option for me. Joining that mastermind group will be key because of the amazing people that I will meet. So scarcity will not even come into my mindset. The time commitment won't even come into my mindset. Where these masterminds are held, how I'm going to connect, all of those things which people start thinking when they have opportunities in their mind that emerge as the opportunities arise, and then they block those opportunities. An example I'm sharing with your viewers and your listeners is the opportunity that you have given me, offered me. My immediate thought is, I am so humbled to be invited by you, and I can't wait to join the group. There is nothing of scarcity that has entered my mindset.
Well, wait until you meet our directors, Dari Nani and Marina Nani. You will be just so amazed. It's not just me, I am here as part of a team within this wonderful journey that we are all having together. We keep our masterminds to begin with small. We have different phases in our mastermind. So when we start to mastermind intensively, when you start with us, you probably will just meet with 4 of us. And because we want you to grow exponentially, so we give that focus onto you, and then later on we open up more and more and more. So in our mastermind, the whole point is about what is it you want and how do we enable you to achieve this exponentially. And as I said, there is nothing like Dari Nani and Marina Nani around. Marina Nani is just so, she is the best kept secret. So I'm holding on until you meet her.
I can't wait.
And talking about best kept secrets, who have been the people who have been influential in your life?
Well, I have to say, my husband, he's been very supportive. His achievements have made me want to do more. He has achieved amazing things within his life, within his career, within his business, which have completely blown me away. And through looking at him, it's made me think, oh, I need to do more. I can do more. What else can I do? And that's been absolutely amazing. I've also had the of training from John Grinder, and he is one of the co-creators of NLP. He is the most humblest person I have ever met. And training with him was just, it was mind-blowing. He is so humble. He is extremely, extremely powerful. He's extremely well known within the personal development industry. And yet he talks to you on a one-to-one basis as though you're just walking down the street and you've bumped into an old friend. And to me, there's so much achievement, but then is humble along with it. Is just, it's the power of a person. And also Richard Bandler, who's the other co-creator I've had the pleasure of training from, very similar to John Grinder. very humble. You can just sit with him, you can have a conversation, and these people are just there to help other people grow and develop and inspire other people. And when I look at them, I think, wow, that's where I want to be. That's the type of person I want to be. And that's what I'm aiming to be in my life. And every day I try to improve myself.
I love it. Keep improving daily. And it's those little practices, isn't it, that really adds up. Which then takes me to, I have two more questions for you. And so after this one, just one more. So what are some of your highest values? What do you value most?
Integrity, complete integrity, and be who you are. Who you are from the inside should be what shows up on the outside. Be true to yourself and be true to others. Only then will you find your true happiness. Recognize what it is within you want to achieve. So integrity for me is number one. Along with that, it's honesty. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with those around you. If somebody wants you to do something and it's taking you down a path, but inside you're thinking, oh, I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do this. Be the adult and be able to be honest with the person and say, I am doing this because you want me to do this. But for me, myself, this is not something I would choose to do. Be honest. And the third thing is passion and drive. Be passionate. Be passionate about your life. Be passionate when you're talking to people. Be passionate. See the good in people. See the passion in other people as well as yourself. And when you become passionate within yourself, you will begin to share that passion and that energy with all of the other people around you to make the world so much better, so much more passionate, so much more enjoyable for us to live in. Energy is infectious. Passion is infectious. It carries from one person to the other person to the other person. So they, I would say, would be my top 3 values.
I love you. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Have you written your first book as yet?
On my list of things to do.
Well,
and I'm thinking about writing it, but I'm going to give myself a bit of time, and that is on my to-do list for January 2018.
You know something? You may well find yourself starting it before January 2018, because as soon as you come into our mastermind, we start working with you on your book. Because, you know, your book is not about the book,
Wow.
it's about how you use the book as part of your branding and getting your stories out there. And when you spoke to me about the people who have influenced you, and you talk about humility and power, I see that in you too. You're a very powerful woman and you're very humble with it. So we want you to get your book out there, and we certainly will be working with you to have your voice out there. So I keep my promise. This is my last question. Here you are, many, 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 many years from now. You are transitioning into another life, and your family and your friends are around you, all your loved ones and your angels are supporting you. And this final question that comes to you is, what are the 3 truths that you would want to share and leave in the world? What are your 3 truths?
One is be true to yourself and those around you. Life you want to live. So you don't turn around and you don't have any regrets. So you can look back at your life and you think, wow, what a wonderful life I've had, and I am now ready to go because it's been an amazing, amazing journey. Don't end with, I should have done that. I could have done that. Why didn't I do that? No. You want to go with, wow, that big wow. What an amazing life. And also, all the people you've touched throughout your life, all the people that I would have touched, all the people I would have inspired. Wow, again, amazing. That's, that's just, I haven't got the words to even vocalize it because I'm getting the feeling inside my body of the lives that I would have touched and I would have inspired. And happiness and love and laughter. I don't think there's anything better than that. Somebody says something to you, don't weigh yourself down with a grudge. Don't hold on to it. Let it go, because it's only going to weigh you down. Love, happiness, and laughter, the mottos of life.
Wow. I have to say, Rashida, there is nothing more powerful than this. So I send you my unconditional love and support in all your power and radiant magnificence. And so we will sign off now and look forward to you being with us at Make the News London and indeed at our gala event. And we're going to work together on the mastermind group. So my love to you. So give your final words to the audience. Let them say your name again in full and just say the final things that you would want to say to our audience.
I would like to say I am Rashina Khan, Avid Coaching, for this opportunity. My message out to all the listeners. The message to you all is just do, take those small steps, believe in yourself, and just do it.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.